Everybody shut up and action. Is Kotaro Lives Alone a good anime? Yeah. Alright, so this anime follows the story of like a 4-year-old, 5-year-old kid who's living alone. Yeah, what? Like, how is a 4-year-old living alone in an apartment by himself? How is this working? What the hell? Like, yeah, like, off on Instagram, you're like, what the hell is going on? But, like, it's a story of this 4-year-old who's living alone and getting along with his neighbors who see this young kid living alone. And, you know, they're all adults. They have their own lives and whatnot. But at the same time, they just feel gravitated to look out for him, like, to make sure he's okay. And, like, along the way, they kind of actually befriend him and care about him a lot and become a daily part of his life, being, like, I don't want to say parental figures to him because they don't have that parental sort of bond, but they do have that bond of like an older sibling looking out for their younger siblings and whatnot. And it's just a really, or like a older best friend looking out for their younger best friend. That's the type of relationship they have, and it's just a really interesting show to watch. No, this isn't the type of show that just hooks you in straight up. And you see, like, yes, there are moments in this show where you're like, oh my god, I'm hooked. I just need to sit down and watch. I am hooked to this show, hooked to the characters, because you fall in love with all the characters, the relationships they have. It's a very social show that like hooks, the characters are hooked together, going through the story together. Oh my god, this kid has a really depressing life, and you're just like, a kid should not have to deal with this, man. Oh my god. And it just touches you to your heart, and you're watching, but at the same time, it's like you're working, you're watching, you're still emotionally attached with, like, you're working and watching, because that's the type of show it is. It's not like straight up you want to sit for half an hour watching this show, and it's not hooking in that sense, but you are hooked to the, like, the narrative isn't what hooks you, it's this character and his social relations that does hook you. It doesn't even have a real narrative, it's just social interactions that defines every sort of episodal story, and that's kind of what hooks you. Is it crazy good? Not really, but it is pretty good. Like, it does hook you. The character relationships surprisingly did hook you to the show, and each individual narrative in each episode. I think it's 2 seasons long, and for 2 seasons, I did not want to stop watching. I was like working and watching, and I was really, really hooked because it is he's an interesting character with an interesting life, with bonds and relationships that are also really interesting, with unique characters. Like, you have people who are depressed with him, people who are cheering with him, and like, this kid is so much mature for his age, which makes you question, is he actually a 4-year-old? And that's what really hooks you. And then you're like, yes, he is a 4-year-old. He does behave like a 4-year-old, but at times he's behaving like a 20-year-old man who's understanding life properly after graduating high school, but like, to a degree. But like, you know, it makes for an interesting character and an interesting watch, and you learn a lot yourself about life in general and how you want to think about life and whatever. But like, it is an interesting show to watch. It does touch your heart, touch your soul, and it's just heartwarming. That is the show. I give this a solid 75%. It is entertaining to watch. I really fell in love with the character of Kotaro and his bonds and relationships. It does touch you deeply, and you do enjoy the show. And that's Kotaro Lives Alone. Peace.